Good morning and Happy New Year. On behalf of everybody associated with the University of Tennessee, we want to thank Rick Catlett and his staff and everybody associated with the TaxSlayer Bowl for the hospitality, the way we've been treated throughout the week. It's been a wonderful week for us. We got a beautiful New Year's Day here. We hope the next 364 days look like this. We're excited about being here, playing a really good football team in Indiana. I know that our players are excited. We probably, if you look at this group of guys up here, as the season began, we probably didn't reach some of the expectations and goals that we had set out. But for these five gentlemen that are up here, I can't say enough about them, about their leadership. You know, when you find out a lot about yourself and about the people around you when you face adversity. And I think the way our football team has responded from the point in the season when we were 1-4 to be 7-5 now, winning our last 5 games, 6 out of our last 7, you know, can be attributed to the men that are up here, their character, their leadership, and how they helped hold the team together. So we're excited about this opportunity. We're looking forward to starting 2020 off to the right note here and sending these guys off with a win. So with that, we'll take any questions. Who's doing it, Zach? You doing it?
Coach, with that 1-4 start that you had, how did you go about collectively as a staff and just trying to keep a confidence level of some way up with these guys and knowing that there was opportunities and times to still turn the season around?
Well, when you believe in your plan, which our coaching staff absolutely does, our players do, you know, you got to figure out what you're doing the right way and where you're not doing things the way you want to get it done. So you got to look in the mirror, and I feel like our staff did, our players did, and everybody said, how can I do better? It's easy to always point the finger to somebody else, and the men on our staff, the men on our team did not do that. They figured out how can each one of them improve specifically, and that's something that we did, and we stuck together and through the leadership of these guys up here.
Coach Pruitt, do you believe, based on how your recruiting has also gone so far, and the kids you got coming back, and what you've seen in the practices you've been able to get from this bowl trip, is this a team that you believe will contend in the SEC East next year?
Well, we're focused on one game right now, and that's the game tomorrow with Indiana. You know, I can't say enough about the prep that our team has went through over the last 2 weeks. We had 9 really good practices before we left Knoxville. It's one thing about this group, asking them to work hard has never been an issue. These guys work hard, they do it the right way, and you know, we've got 24 hours here before we play, and one thing that I believe that our staff, our players have done is try to close all the way to the last play of the game, and that's something that we'll work hard to do over the next 24 hours.
Coach, when you look at what Tom Allen has done at Indiana, kind of what stands out to you about him and the job he's done, and then your thoughts on what do you think stands out about the team that you're going to face tomorrow?
Well, when you look at them, just start with offensively. They're very well coached. They're balanced. They create a lot of mismatches. They've got playmakers on the outside. They find ways to get the tight ends the ball. They're committed to running the football. They've kind of won some games a lot of different ways, you know, but they have a very good imagination when it comes to their offensive philosophy. I think they've got big men up front who can lean on you when they run the football, and they do a nice job protecting the quarterback. Quarterback has a way he can extend plays and hurt you with his feet defensively. Lots of movement. They play hard. They keep the ball in front of them. They keep the ball contained. They make you block them. They don't give up a lot of explosive plays, and they find ways to create turnovers. And you look at them in special teams. They have a dynamic returner in the punt and kickoff return game. If you look at their punt team, they give you 1,000 different looks. So, very well coached team that plays the right way.
Jauan, going back to that Vanderbilt game, can you describe what happened on the sideline there? Were your actions intentional, unintentional, and then what's this going to be like for you mentally preparing for this game, knowing you're not playing until the second half?
Oh yeah, unfortunate event just took place. It was unfortunate because it was an accident, and so just coming and getting mentally prepared and physically prepared for this game is all I'm focused on. Not really, too focused on what I'm gonna do, in the second half. I'm just here, just getting ready with this team, and they're gonna have my back, and I can't wait to come out there and have theirs.
And I'm going to add to that. Jauan Jennings has done nothing but do everything exactly the way we want him to since I've been the head coach at Tennessee. Guy's graduated. He's competed. He's been a great leader. In this game, you see it every Saturday. There's lots of physicality in this game. Jauan plays the right way. But one thing that we do is there's leaders in every organization, right? So I'm the leader in our organization. Greg Sankey's the leader in the SEC, and things kind of go up and down the ladder there. So Commissioner Sankey made a decision on that, and we're going to support it. And in no way does that depict who Jauan is or the circumstances around it. So he's going to be ready to play in the second half, and our guys will get ready to play without him in the first half. That's the way it works.
Any other questions? Coach, thank you for bringing your team here.
Absolutely.
There's no more questions. They still have some more questions.
Okay.
They trying to get up out of here.
Raise your hands, guys.
All right, this is for the defensive guys. You've had a chance to see Indiana on tape. Do they remind you of any team that you have faced so far this season, and why?
I don't think so. I think every team is different. We definitely seen some stuff on tape that they ran from other teams, and we'll definitely probably see some copycat plays on tape once we finish watching all the film, and we probably will see some on the field. But I think every team is different. They kind of got their own scheme, and they do what's necessary for them and what works for them.
For Jauan, tossing aside what happened and just looking at the game itself, is there anything that you've needed to say or felt needed to say this week to guys like Ramel, Tillman, Bird, guys who will be getting more reps about kind of what you want to see them go out there and do?
It's not too much to say. The game of football is always going to be the same, whether I'm playing or whether Ramel King's playing. So we just get prepared in the receiving room, and Coach T. Martin to handle all that.
Other questions? Raise your hands, please. Brian, right here.
Daniel, when you look at this past year and the way the defense was it kind of flipped the switch, I want to say after the Florida game, what all entitled into that? What went into everything that you guys did and how you guys continue to get better over the season?
We just bought into the system. We knew with those previous games, we beat ourselves in a lot of ways. And if we went out there and eliminated the mental mistakes and communicated as much as possible pre-snap and post-snap, it would all take care of itself. So we started doing that, and because of that, we're able to have the success we had in the postseason. So.
Nigel, this is our first chance to talk to you this week. What's the bowl experience been like, knowing this is your last ride?
The bowl experience, first of all, I would like to thank the TaxSlayer Bowl for even having us. You know what I'm saying? This is a great bowl to even be, to come to. And they've treated us nothing but like we supposed to. They treated us like we are somebody. Of course, you know what I'm saying. We appreciate them. And just this being my last bowl game, I try to treat it like it's a regular game. You know what I'm saying? But this is pretty, important to me. So it feels good to be here, and it feels good to be with my teammates, man.
Marquez, with Jauan not being able to
Marquez.
Marquez, yeah, sorry. With Jauan not being able to play in the first half, talk about the dynamic of the offense of the wide receivers. Does it change a little bit?
I don't think it changes. You know, football's game. You have to be able to adapt. And obviously, he's not playing the first half, but I mean that doesn't change anything for the other receivers. We still go to practice. We're still working the scheme that Coach Cheney has. So really, it's just young guys gonna have to step up, and older guys gonna have to be a louder voice out there. You know, everybody knows what they're supposed to do. Whether they're a freshman or to a senior, everybody knows what they're doing. The game plan is simple, so we just have to go out there and execute. And Jauan will step in and fill in when he comes back.
David?
For all you guys, really, Jeremy's talks a lot about you guys sort of staying the course and believing in the vision. At 1-4, why did you guys still believe in the vision and the plan and be able to have the kind of results you did in the second half of the season?
Marquez, you can start.
For me, it was a lot of football left. You know, in the beginning of the season, we still had 8 games left. So if we started worrying about the past, then we would never be here in the future. So just, stay the course, let everything play out the way it was and buy in, like Bituli said, buy into what Coach and them were saying. And I think the younger guys fulfilled what they said. They wanted us to go out the way we were supposed to go out, the right way. And, with leadership from the coaches and from top to bottom, from the seniors to the freshmen, everybody bought in. Everybody knew what they were supposed to do. And another shout out to the younger guys to send us out the right way.
Patrick?
Daniel, how important is it to you to go out in your last game at Tennessee with the win? And has it been difficult at all this week to sort of try to soak up the last moments with this team, and while staying focused for tomorrow night?
Yeah, it's really difficult. This group of guys that I was able to play with this year, it's been an amazing ride. I appreciate the relationships that I've been able to create with these guys up here on this stage right now. So, I just want to send us off with a win. And the way we've prepared these last couple of weeks, really the past couple of months, has really been good. And I'm really excited to be able to attack this game with these group of guys.
Question for Darrell. I know that when you look at, Indiana's not a team that they want to run the ball too. They don't throw it on every play. But when you are getting ready to play a team that throws for more than 300 yards a game, everyone knows how much you love to rush the passer. How excited do you get for opportunities like this?
Oh, yeah. I think we get really excited just to get the opportunity to rush the passer. But we can't do that until we stop the run. So once we do that, then we'll get to rush the passer all day. And I think that's going to definitely give us an opportunity to create some negative plays.
Jauan, if you guys can talk a little bit about what you've seen on film from Indiana's secondary and what you guys might want to try to attack with that.
I think.
We don't want to give no secrets away, Jauan.
Yeah, we don't get not too much secret. We're just gonna go out there and play football.
Jesse, right here.
Jeremy, a year ago, you spoke highly of guys like Kyle Phillips and Shy Tuttle, the kind of seniors that you inherited for your first season. What's going to be your overarching takeaway from these 5 guys with the way this season both started and kind of has culminated to where you guys are today?
Well, I think it's obvious on Saturdays you see the talent that they have as football players. The one thing that I'm thankful to be a part of is the character that these guys have, the toughness that they have, the maturity that they have, the leadership, all the intangibles that it takes to have success on the football field, away from the football field. These guys are going to be successful in life. So, I couldn't ask. If you notice, these captains were voted on by their teammates, and normally you have 4. Well, the voting was so high. These are the 5 guys that got all the votes, so it's a very unusual circumstance. I think these guys are phenomenal leaders. They're great men, and they've really kind of laid the foundation for years to come here And I'm just excited to have a chance to be a part of it, help them develop as players, and I look forward to sending them off. And the relationships that we've built over the last 2 years will last a lifetime.
Marshall and Rick.
Jauan, you look at your career at Tennessee. How much pride do you take in being able to end it right here with a bowl game, putting Tennessee back into the postseason?
Just a whole lot of pride, just knowing what this program has done in the history of being a program. So we're just going to, go out there and play our best and put it on the line. Just a whole lot of pride going to play whenever you got the currency on your chest.
Coach Pruitt, Happy New Year, first of all. I would imagine a win tomorrow night would be at the top of the list, but have you thought about any New Year's resolutions for this coming year, for 2020, for yourself and for this Tennessee program?
Well, we kind of worry about where our feet's at, and right now I'm worried about this football team, and finishing this season off the right way, and when the game's over tomorrow night, we'll kind of turn the page and we'll move on to the next year. But right now we owe it to the men that are setting up here, everybody that's associated with this program, to put all of our attention, all of our effort and focus on Indiana.
For both of you guys, in Indiana cornerback Taiwan Mullen got a lot of freshman honors. Just curious, when you look at film, sort of what stands out to you about him?
He's a good corner, great feet, very competitive, and it's going to be fun to go at him. Can't wait.
Marquez.
Like you said, he's very competitive, and we watch film just like we watch film any other game. We prepare like we prepare any other game. So I don't think for us we're going to change anything. But since we know he has all the high awards and stuff, we just going to treat it as a challenge for us. So we're going to go out there and play just like we played, but knowing that in the back of our mind.
David.
Jeremy, you talked a lot about the leadership of these guys. Who are some of the other guys on this team that you feel like can step into that role as you lose these guys?
Well, that's one thing about building a program. For us to be able, these guys provided great leadership all the way through. Okay, from when last season was over with all the way to this point right here. But it's important to people to respond to the proper leadership. And I think as you learn to respond to proper leadership, which our team has learned to do, I think it sets them up in the future to understand how to become a leader also. And I feel like there's lots of guys on our football team. And we have other guys that provide leadership right now that's not on this stage. It's not like these guys are the only ones. So, our program is in a really good spot right now. And a lot of it has to do with these men up here. And I can tell you this, they're going to leave this place and they're going to leave their mark. They're going to leave their kind of, makeup with the other guys around them and how they prepare, how they practice, how they go about their business, how they do their schoolwork. So they've set a phenomenal example for everybody in the organization.
Trey right here.
For Jauan and Darrell, you guys got invited to the Senior Bowl, and I know you're focused on Indiana, but what does that mean to be able to represent the University of Tennessee? There's a long list of great players that played in Mobile and got to showcase their talents, but you get to put that helmet on one more time. So what's that mean for you guys?
I'm just so focused on January 2nd, I couldn't even tell you. So focused.
Darrell.
Yeah, I'm honored to have the opportunity, but yeah, like Jauan said, I'm really not thinking about it right now because we have a game tomorrow, and that's what we need to put our focus on, and that's what we're doing to get ready for it.
Right there.
Yeah, a question for Coach Pruitt. I know this is your first bowl game as a head coach, but you've been an assistant at many places. Any advice or anything you took for in terms of bowl prep or anything that you took from maybe a previous stops?
Well, when you watch bowl games over the years, there's a couple of things that really stick out. The first thing is ball security on the offensive side. So it's something that we've really preached to our offensive players about ball security. The same thing to the defensive players is being able to attack the football. There's not been a whole lot of contact. It's been a long time since you played a game. The other thing is tackling. So you got to do a nice job tackling in space, being a good tackling team in bowl prep, because we've not played a game since I think it was November the 31st. So that's one of the things that we focused on the first 9 days of bowl prep. We had lots of days that it was good on good, and lots of days of competitive practices against each other, 1s, 2s, and 3s. So we've worked hard to do that.
Coach Pruitt, in the back, way in the back. Coach Pruitt, 75th anniversary of this game. What have you guys told your players and your staff about the history of this game?
Well, this is the 7th time that the University of Tennessee has played in the Gator Bowl, and having an opportunity to be a part of the 75th game. I was looking at a picture a couple of nights ago, just all the great players, the great coaches who have participated in this game. It's an honor for us to be just a small part of it. But to represent the University of Tennessee in the right way,